we're going to be for you. This, of course, is Bollywood box office. And we come back again to a space what I believe is a huge lacuna as far as Indian cinema is concerned, and that's horror.
Mentally and emotionally, Kabir अब एक healthy adult है. हमें कबीर को discharge कर देना चाहिए.
मुझे तुम्हारे कुछ दिन चाहिए.
किस लिए नैट्स?
तुम अपना प्रॉमिस भूल गए क्या? उसे मारने के लिए. तुम हम लोगों से क्या छुपा रहे हो?
We were kids. एक काम करते हैं, इस मिरर को तोड़ देते हैं.
मिरर खुद को बचाना जानता है कबीर.
When you think about horror, you think about all the films that you ought to watch. You go back in time and I say, for me, 1920, Ragini MMS, these were real good horror films. Ragini MMS 2, why? Because Blair Witch Project was such a fantastic film. 1920, because Vikram Bhatt for once chose to make it as it should have been. Ada Sharma was brilliant in that film. But otherwise, as such, psychological thrillers have done far better rather than, say, pure horror films. You had to go back in time and see a number of serials like Kile Ka Rahasya, even the Z horror show. Lots of films actually tried it. When we come into that zone, horror was a very difficult zone to make sure it was believable. I myself being part of one. But when you come and see Dobaara, you realize that with the right sensibilities, with the right amount of silences that are being used in the use of cinema, and to do the right casting, you can actually get things pretty right. Huma Qureshi, Saqib Salim, both very good actors, but haven't been explored to the sequence that I feel should have been there in big cinema. Yes, they've done good roles here and there, but not together. Praval Raman, the director of 404, if you've seen it, was an interesting, very psychological thriller. He helming this film. Adil Hussain, one of the most underrated actors in our Bollywood industry, but very, very accomplished actor. When all four of them come together, you had a sort of film that even though was based on the Oculus, and even though has images, mirrors, rooms, as your accompaniments to horror, manages to win because of the people that are involved. Yes, they're brother and sister in this. Yes, it's about a family that gets destroyed in London. It's about a man who becomes slave to a ghost, and that is Adil Hussain. But it's just more than that. It's about the little things that are in there. It's not in-your-face horror. Yes, that happens towards the end of it. But you sort of assume with the casualness in the beginning, it might not reach a crescendo, but my God, it does. And for that, I have to thank both Saqib as well as Huma for taking it just the right notch. It could have gone a lot more. Plus, there's this sexuality about Huma Qureshi that can sort of take away from the fact that she's also a very good actress. But it does have the right amount of shivers, it does have the right amount of scares, it does have the right amount of now you see it and now you don't, which is why horror manages to work. And the background score in the right places also sort of works. Why? Because you do need that for a build-up of the story. It is about past life and this life and how you go back and forth, and I think the editing of a film is very important to making sure that it is believable. And that is the #1 pick for Dobaara. It is a believable horror film. Believable horror is, I think, the most potent horror, which is why A Conjuring became such a super big hit, which is why I say kudos to these two and to Adil Hussain once again for making sure that they make it believable, which is why you'll feel a sense of shiver. Which is why I say 4 stars, because it deserves it. You get good with a horror film, you know that you're going to be able to reach out to a very large audience, because from the age group of 4 to 44 to 84, you want to feel scared. So well done for the entire production that managed to get it all together. As far as box office collections are concerned, I'm never wrong, and here, of course, I was questioned by my own B4U team. Sachin Tendulkar's film won't seem to work. Well, 40 crores and counting just in India. It has been a blockbuster. Everyone thought it would make money. But along with Hindi medium, who's also crossed the 40 crore mark, both standing out as an example. Baahubali, of course, crossing the 500 crore mark. Wow. So big numbers everywhere. Dangal crossing 1800 crores across the world. Baahubali will cross 2000 crores when it does get released in China. So looking at some huge numbers all over the place, and I'm loving it. Coming up next week, yes, we got a hangover of Baywatch that we're going to carry forward. Let's not forget, Priyanka Chopra is in theaters right now. Go check her out. But we got Rabta and Sushant Singh Rajput coming up next week. And Behan Hogi Teri, Rajkumar Rao. I see that as a much smaller film, but I have a feeling Rabta also might be able to spring a surprise. Will it be another Mirzia? We'll find out. Till the next time, bye-bye and take care.
The drums, the drums, the drums.